Do you see this, guys, right here? You know what this is? This is called progress. Oh yeah. Hey guys, and welcome back to Speed Trends Racing. So as you can see around me, progress has been made. And so let's go check it out. Let's see what I've been getting into. So I have moved my hatch from where it was parked over there out to just before the gravel outside because I'm going to be pressure washing and cleaning all this. That's what I've been doing right now since I have the intake manifold off. I've been cleaning the back firewall. I got the battery out of the way. I got the subframe I still got to do, but all this is pretty clean. I used degreaser and Comet. So as you can see, here's like all the residue of the Comet and stuff, but I'm going to hit that with like a rag and then pressure wash everything that I can't hit on the subframe because like my back's all messed up and I've been doing this for about 45 minutes to an hour and I'm just over it. So I'm going to pressure wash all that. So this thing will just be so much cleaner, man, because I've never had my engine out. I've had the trans out and everything around the engine, but never had it out. So I've never had the, chance to be able to clean the whole engine bay. Since I have all this room, I've been doing that. And then let's go and see what I really want to tell you guys all about. And here we are. Here's my H22 intake manifold, and I want to reiterate that this is the 3-piece manifold. This is the lower section. Here's your mid plate, and here's your top portion. And so my two ideas I want to do this go around on my intake manifold is that I've already previously done a stage 1 porting job. So you go from stock, which is where you have 2 holes per runner, and you go and you basically take the center section out of it, and you only have 1 runner. And I want to do that to this one, so I can have 2 mid plates, and so that'll give me about an inch and an eighth of more plenum volume. And then I also want to block off my idle air control valve, and so I just happen to have my thermostat housing right here. And so what I want to do is I want to block off where the hoses were running from here to my idle air control valve and then recirculating to my throttle body and coming back. I want to cut those off and then possibly JB weld or have one of my buddies that does aluminum fabrication and weld these in, and then also make some plates. You can buy them for like 40, 50, 60 bucks online, but I want to make plates that go to this portion of the air control valve and then underneath the throttle body. And it would be nice to go to like a 70 mil or a 74 mil throttle body because this is the stock 62 mil. So I also want to do that, but that is going to be another video, I bet. But yeah, I'm excited to get to hacking. I love hacking, making custom stuff. It's like my favorite. Well, now it's a couple days later, and as you can see, we're not at my shop. We're actually at my house because a couple days ago on Friday or Saturday, it was one of those days, we had a big storm come by near the shop, and the shop has no power. So now I'm on my front porch with everything I need to start hacking this intake manifold. So like I was saying before, my idea is to just basically plug up everything and only use the bare minimum of this intake manifold. I got my 2 plenum spacers that I'm going to work with. I have my top portion, and I'm going to be blocking off every single hose end that you see on the intake manifold. I'll block off this one, these 2 right here, this one on the back, and then these 2 up top. And then I don't have my throttle body right now because I'm going to be getting a new one here soon. I'm very excited. I want to get one. It's either a 70 millimeter or 74 millimeter. And then I have my thermostat housing right here. So if you were to look at this thermostat housing like in your engine bay, it would be right about here. And so I have the top portion that doesn't need any more fabrication, but these 2 hoses like I was talking about that are on this housing, I'm going to cut those off and then grind it down and then JB weld them, because all they are is just little tiny holes. And this big hole on the side is where basically, if you are not blocking off any water that goes to the cylinder head when you block these off of, like, if that makes any sense. We'll see. It'll be better explained when I put it on the car and everything. So let's get to hacking. So I want to pause the video for just 1 second. So I have this idea. It's not a new idea, but I want to keep track of all the money I spend on each project. So for example, I want to take my intake manifold off and do a mid plate and a throttle body and some fabrication work. And so far I have $30 in my mid plate, $7 in JB weld, and then $2 each in each wire wheel that I've used. So I have $41 total. I still want to get a throttle body, and like I might include injectors. I mean, I have a set of injectors that need to be rebuilt, and that'd be like $30 each, so that's $120 in the future. But for now, $41 totally spent, and it's just been, more time consuming than anything. So that's what I'm gonna start doing in the future, because all of us, we're budget minded, trying to get things done, save bit by bit. So that is, to me, is the strat. So I'm gonna do that for you guys. So back to the video. So here's my progress so far. So I have the top portion of my intake manifold off the bottom portion, I have it laying on the table, and I have this first big progress right here. Just took this right off, and then there's two little tubes that would be back on the back side of the manifold. Then there would be one right here, and then two on the right side, right there. And so now I'm gonna start grinding this down, and then go around. And for example, on the back side, there's just like some little notch right here that is on the outside of the manifold that I just want to like cut off to make it look more smooth. So I'm just gonna go to town. It's gonna be great. Man, made a lot of progress. I grinded this all down, and it's all smooth all the way across. So then I'm gonna plug that up with JB Weld and smooth it out. And also I got on the back side right here, there used to be a little notch here, so I got that all smoothed out. And then this is what one of the ports were also. And then on the back side here too, got this grinded down too. Or actually, that wasn't a port, my bad. It was these ports over here. So I got that grinded down too. And so I'm gonna work on the thermostat housing now and hack this off. And then once I hack those off, I'm gonna smooth them out and then plug this hole up with JB Weld. So will this one, and then this one right here too. So it's been about an hour or so, and I've been just going to town to this thing, and it's coming out real good. So for example, on the back side of this, I took my angle grinder and used a grinding wheel and ground it all down, and it was a huge chunk. It was about 1.5 inches long, and it stuck out about 1/2 inch wide right here. And so I ground that down with the grinding wheel, my angle grinder, and then I went to some grinding bits that you can get from like Harbor Freight. And there's like 10 different shapes, so I grinded that all down smooth. And then the final touch so far was the wire wheel, and I was wire wheeling this thing, and it is like looking real good. I need to, finish it up a little bit with maybe possibly some different ends. But I'm just gonna keep going to town on this thing, and it's gonna turn out, it's gonna turn out perfect. So after about 2 hours or so of grinding and grinding and grinding, I finally got to a point where I could start covering up holes. So this is where the idle air control valve used to be. And so this is the top portion of the manifold, and you can look inside that there is a hole right there, which is this right side hole, and it goes all the way through. But this one's capped off, and that goes in a channel down here and goes to this hole and that hole. But we're going to block off this one, and then these two bolt holes also. Then on the top portion, then there's this big one. We can go on the inside and put like a piece of tape right there, so the JB Weld will pull inside and then cover up the hole. Then you got these two on the right side. one back right side, and then 2 just back behind the throttle body hole, which is right here. So I'm not going to film JB welding and everything because that's kind of boring, but I'm going to end the video right here because I don't even know how I'm going to edit this, but I'm just glad that you guys are in watching the stuff and just enjoying me, you know, doing my thing with my car stuff. And like, thank you guys for all your support and, like, you know, taking interest in the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.